This is the definitive cycling tier list. I'll be rating anything and everything into my own tiers, from trends to parts to all sorts. Some of these I've added myself and others you guys have submitted over on my Instagram. Of course, these are my own thoughts and opinions, so if you disagree, just comment down below and we'll start some beef. No, it's just going to be a bit of a joke. Some might be a little controversial. Socks over leg warmers. And frankly, I think some feelings might get hurt. But London cycling, I hate it. I hate it so much. Welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm a professional cyclist and this is my channel documenting my journey to hopefully get to the top ranks of the sport. The tiers. So at the top, it's the pinnacle, it's the very best. It defines our sport because this is cycling. Second tier, we like this. You know, it's pretty good. I enjoy it, probably use it every day, and it's a major part of my cycling experience. Third, got round. So in a race, you know, you didn't get a great result, you didn't DNF, you got round. So that's that middle tier. You know, it's kind of good, pretty good. I like it, but you know, nothing special. Questionable choices. We're into the bottom half now. These things are like, I wouldn't really do it if I had the choice, but sometimes, you know, it's a little here and there. Next, why is this a thing? Frankly, I'll be avoiding this. I really would not like to be involved with it, not like to do it. And yeah, just don't really like it. Doesn't need to exist. And finally, I'd rather retire. I wouldn't be caught dead doing any of these or being around any of these. I don't want no part of it. So that's where the absolute worst things, and as far as I'm concerned, they're in the bin. We'll start with some controversy right off the bat. And I know some people will be dying on this hill. It's full-length Mudguards. Now, it doesn't apply with this lovely sunshine, but in winter, I don't want no part of it. I'd rather retire. The look of a bike, a lovely bike, like this, and then you put full length, it ruins it. It absolutely ruins it.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips, you're ruining it.
I don't care if I have to wash my bike at the end of a ride. I don't want any part of these full length Mudguards. They look atrocious. I'll have a little ass saver behind the saddle. Absolute max, no more. Gravel. Now it's 2025 and I still don't own a gravel bike, nor have I done a gravel race. I'm fighting the absolute ton of peer pressure that's on my back to not do it. And frankly, at this point, I just don't want to do it because everyone else is doing it. So I think the best I can do is got round. You guys are gonna have to convince me that it's even better. Next, fueling your rides, 120 grams of carbs an hour. Now, if you don't know, that's theoretically the max amount of carb intake you can have per hour. Most people, until a few years ago, were probably only doing 60, 40, 50 in races. Now, 120 is like the golden standard. Some people can do even more than that. When I started fueling like this in racing, it was literally performance enhancing. It took me to a next level. It's absolutely unbelievable gains. If you don't fuel 120 grams an hour or, you know, high carb in racing, then you are missing out. You seriously need to try it. Try it in training first, because some people have some digestion issues, but it's phenomenal work. It will change your game, and for that reason, this is cycling. Here's something I haven't done in a very long time, running. I've probably done maybe 2 minutes of running in the last decade. It's just not for me. I used to get knee injuries running while I was in school, and pretty much haven't run since. So I can't recommend it, can't be a part of it. It's not the worst thing in the world. I can see the benefits, I can see the vision, but for me, it's not it. So this one's going down, and why is this a thing? Because cycling is just better. So I'm really sorry to all my London-based followers. This doesn't just apply to you, it's pretty much all cities, but London cycling, I hate it. I hate it so much. If my daily dichotomy was either riding laps of Regent's Park or spend an hour going out of London through traffic and then an hour coming back in again, I don't think I could do it. I'm sorry, I respect all of you guys who do it, but it's tough. I once had to do some threshold efforts while I was up there, and it turned out my only option for uninterrupted riding with no junctions was to ride Regent's Park inner circle loops. For those of you who don't know, it's about 1 kilometer, maybe less than a kilometer of a circle. It's like a big roundabout. And I genuinely got dizzy by the time I was finished. I was genuinely dizzy. It leaves me only one choice, and that's to put it in I'd rather retire, because I just can't do it. I can't do it. Strava AI. Now, I think they introduced this maybe a year ago or thereabouts. If you don't know, when you finish your ride, it gives you like a little description, sometimes a little motivational. Oh wow, awesome sprints today. Great threshold workout. People were really complaining about it. They were like, Strava didn't need AI. It's kind of pointless. It doesn't really do anything. I quite like it. I upload my ride, and Strava gives me the recognition I deserve. If I got a KOM or a nice segment effort, Strava knows, and they say, well done, you know, that was a great threshold session, great sprints, great numbers. I'm like, thanks, Strava. So I'm honestly putting it in got round, because I think there's nothing wrong with it at all. Well, it's finally come on this list. And I'm sorry, but triathlon. We're cyclists, we're all friends here, we're all cyclists here. I don't think I need to say more. I'd rather retire. I don't think I can articulate a very good reason other than complete herd mentality. We're cyclists, we don't like triathletes. It's just the way the world works. In all seriousness, it does look kind of fun, but on pure principle, we can't get involved. Here's one of my coach's absolute favorite sessions. It's 30-30s, also known as Tabata intervals, 40-20s, 20-40s. There's so many variations, but I think possibly the most popular one is 30-30s. That's what my coach likes to do. Sometimes he switches up to 30-15s, which are pretty diabolical. But anyway, 30-30s, I really like them because the suffering is just split up into so many little chunks that I find you don't really actually end up suffering that much compared to longer blocks. It's nice because every time you do them, you always feel like you got a good session out. You can always go max on the last one. And the gains are really, really good. VO2 max is like, this is prime VO2 max territory. And yeah, I find it really helps, especially sharpening up before the race season. So we're going straight to we like this because we like this. Aero socks, probably the cheapest, most cost-effective way to get more aero. I mean, yeah, you can pick them up for like a tenner these days and they make a pretty big difference. Rumor has it, it's 7 to 10 watts. Now, I could train a whole season to get 7 to 10 watts. So if you're not running aero socks, then yeah, I mean, you're missing out, you're missing out. You partner that with an aero helmet and a skin dog and you could be saving, the differences are crazy. Yeah, I'm big on aero, so always try and take what you can get. And for that reason, we like this. KOM hunters, now you know what, I've got a lot of respect for these guys. They wake up early in the morning, they're scouting out the weather radar, they're seeing which way the wind's blowing. They're picking, this is a scientific exercise, and the ones who do it well, they've got like pages and pages of KOMs. Shout out to my friend Ed. He's got a ridiculous number of KOMs, and he was the guy when I started cycling, I'd look at all these segments, oh, I see this guy's name everywhere, because he's a professional. Scouts out the weather radar, PBF every time, it's clinical. I've dabbled in KOM hunting myself, but I'm no master, so I think I'm gonna put it in get round. Socks over leg warmers, perhaps the most controversial thing on this list. And I've changed over the last few years. At one point, the aesthetics of the socks over leg warmers was something that appealed to me, but I've learned my right ways. I've learned to understand what's more important, and that is functionality. Leg warmers should be over socks because leg warmers are more weatherproof and they insulate better. It makes sense. Trust me, it makes sense. So leg warmers over socks, that's it. That means socks over leg warmers, I'd rather retire, get in the bin, right down there. I feel like I'm gonna be on the minority opinion on this one because that is cafe stops. I know it's like a cornerstone of our sport, cafe stops. You know, you have the ride, you do the cafe, you have a coffee, you have it all baked good and life is good. I'll be honest, I don't think I've done a cafe stop this year. I can't remember the last time I've done a cafe stop. I just find myself not doing them. I get near a cafe and if I'm on my own, I'm just like, I could just go home and have some nice food there and then I've got more time to recover. And I get really bad cafe legs. So if I stop for like an hour at a cafe, it's like trying to crank those legs over afterwards, it's a no-go. So for me, a cafe stop is a questionable choice. Next, we've got MyFitnessPal, or generally speaking, food tracking. I think it's an incredibly valuable tool. For me, more so eating enough rather than limiting how much I eat. I went a really long time where I wasn't fueling right. I wasn't under-fueling chronically, but I wouldn't fuel enough on race days, and maybe I'd fuel too much on easy days a little bit. But generally, not fueling enough on the race days. Again, like I said about the carbs during the race, the carbs before the race makes a huge difference, and getting that dialed in can make a massive difference. So I really like food tracking, but I'm also aware that for some people it can promote under eating, which obviously is not good. We should all be eating enough food, but I like it, so I'm gonna put it in we like this. I've got a prop, Aero water bottles. You know, on principle, I like them. Obviously, more aero is more better. I don't know how much these actually save, and there's a few varying tests. Maybe it's like a couple watts, maybe at most 5 watts if you've got a narrow frame already. I think like on a time trial frame where the frame's already narrow, then probably saves a fair bit over a regular bottle, but a lot of frames these days are designed for normal bottles. So I don't know how much these save, especially when you look at a road race. You know, you need fresh bottles, you need to get your bottle handouts, so these are kind of redundant there. But for time trials, sure, why not? I mean, you might as well, so that's going in got round. Now, shaving your legs, the first time you do it, it's like an epiphany. You realize how incredible your own legs look. And despite telling your friends and family that it's for aerodynamic reasons and so you can have massages without putting all the hairs, it's just so it looks cool. That's literally it. Let's not beat around the bush. It looks cool, so I only end up doing it for races. For training, I don't really bother, especially in winter. Like I just do a whole half a year of not shaving my legs. But overall, I think it's pretty cool, so got around. So waxing a chain. My mechanic Russ does my chain waxes for me, and when you put them on, they are quick. You can just tell they're quick, and they don't gather dirt, and it's great. And at some point you need to clean and drivetrain or re-wax them, and for me that becomes just a bit too much of a chore. I like drip wax, that's great, but the full waxing, I think it's a bit too much work, you know, especially if you're traveling like I do for racing, and you know, I'm in a certain place for a couple of weeks and I haven't got access to all of my things. So yeah, I think I just prefer drip wax or even just regular lube at this point because it's just easier to clean. But I like it on principle, so that's going in Got Round. Again, if we had like 3 in a row of Got Round. Calpe, so if you don't know, it's a place in Spain and it becomes the hub of cycling in winter. You go there in January, December, you will see pretty much every pro that existed. Like everyone goes there. I go there. All my friends go there. I just love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm wearing a Calpe t-shirt right now. It's become part of my yearly schedule. I go there pretty much every January or there or thereabouts, and frankly, I just love it. And it's just nice to have some sun in January when here in England it's super cold. It leaves me no other choice to put it in. This is cycling. Turbo training. Now I get it, it's necessary. Sometimes it's snowy, sometimes it's icy. You can't ride outside, you need to ride inside. But frankly, I hate it. 2 hours of zone 2 on the turbo is equivalent to 6 hours zone 2 outside. It's just, for some reason, zone 2 power on the turbo is just so hard. Even with the fan, with a nice setup, it's all right, you can get used to it. I actually broke my jaw last year and I had to do 3 months of turbo training only as I got back into fitness, and it was a tough life. It was a tough life, but you know what, I can't complain too much because I know you Norwegians, you do it every year, so fair play. Anyway, I'm still putting it in Why Does This Exist because I would really just rather not have to. Cyclocross, so this is like gravel's older brother, I guess. If gravel and crits had a baby, you get cyclocross. I've done it a few times and I actually love it. I've never had more fun coming last at something than I have in cyclocross. It's like your own little battle. You're fighting with random people, and it's a load of fun. You test skills that you don't have, and that's okay. So I'm going to put it in Got Round, only because I don't do it more, even though I enjoy it. Ultra riding. Now, I'm not talking 200-300 kilometer rides. I'm talking these geezers who do 800, 2,000, 3,000, these massive events that take a week, or you know, between a few days and a week or 2 weeks. You're running sleep deprivation to the absolute max whilst riding like 17, 18, 19 hours a day, probably more. I don't know, these guys, I don't know how they do it. I have huge respect for it, but I don't know how they do it. My good friend Harry will casually be like, yeah, I slept like 30 minutes last night. What do you mean you slept 30 minutes? If I sleep 6 hours, I'm basically ill the next day. So I could never, I actually don't have the capability of doing this kind of thing. So ultra riding and ultra races is questionable choices for me, purely because I don't have the capability. Okay, so this isn't just toilets, this is race toilets, and it's nice, clean race toilets. I can't tell you how many races that are just in the middle of but nowhere, and you're like, oh, where's the toilet? Bro, there is no toilet. There's a tree over there, figure it out. There have been some unpleasant experiences, and that's why you always bring loo roll to a race, but I digress. The nice race toilets is always like a cricket club or a football club or some kind of town hall, and you know, you've got plenty of tissue paper, that doesn't run out, the flush works, it doesn't stink, it's a marvelous time. You can have as many pre-race poops as you want. No question about it, we like this. Crits or Criterium racing, I'm sure you all know, it's an hour-long race around some tightly winding circuit with lots of corners and lots of carnage. The first like 2 years of my cycling career were solely crits. Well, circuit races, which are less technical, but still an hour long, and a load of crits. And yeah, I love them. I'm not sure nowadays, sometimes I watch a video of a crit and I'm like, bro, you are risking your entire life for a £50 preem or less. So yeah, I don't know, some of it's a bit questionable, but I still love it. It's still beautiful bike racing and we like this. Glasses over straps, one of the unwritten rules of cycling. One I fell foul of for many years before I was corrected. You know what? I can see why. It does just look so much better with the glasses over the helmet straps. That said, some glasses, when they're a bit loose, you need to tuck them under so they don't fall off. So yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. I think some people need to be held accountable for not having it over straps. So that can go in Got Round. Narrow bars, now I know a lot of you know, I'm already a fan. You look at these right here, 32 at the hoods, 32 at the hoods, 38 at the drops. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid. I am all over narrow bars. Sometimes I question it. I'll do a sprint and I'll be like, maybe I would prefer wider bars. But I think once you're used to it and you do a lot of sprints with the bars, you do just get used to it. I don't think you actually need the leverage. I think it's a bit of a myth. And the control, especially with a longer stem like I've got, yeah, you just get used to it. So I gotta say, we like this because aero, again, if it's aero, we like this. So this one, we like it. Simple. Following that, long stems themselves. And again, I found myself with a 140mm stem. I've been riding a position like that for quite a while now. I'm used to it, it's fine with me. But I know a lot of people, they'll just slap a 140 on because it looks cool and just destroy their back. So please don't do that. But as I said before, the objective is aero, so we like this. Big Tesco. So I'm gonna use this as a synonym for all well-stocked supermarkets, but picture the scene. You're on a ride, it's the longest ride you've ever done, maybe your first century. You're in the final hour, but you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. You've got no water in the bottles. You need a place for sustenance. And sometimes a cafe stop just doesn't do it. It's not quick enough. You don't want to wait. You just want to go home. Just a quick in and out. Big Tesco's is your solution. They've got everything. Some baked goods, some chocolate, some juice. And sometimes you don't know what you want. You just need a little browse through the aisles, just real quick, in your cleats, sweat dripping down your face. And the cashier looks at you like you're some kind of crazy man as you pull a sweaty phone out of your pocket to pay. But yeah, I love the selection. So I'm gonna put it in we like this. Right, first win. This is a very, very, very special moment. You only get one first win. The euphoria, it's pure tunnel. You don't see anything. When you cross that line, it's just like, it's pure emotion, no vision. It's unbelievable. And I don't think I need to describe this to anyone who has had that experience. And if you haven't yet, you'll get there. Just keep going. You will get there. And it's worth it, I promise you. But yeah, the first win, it's no doubt, it's no doubt. This is cycling. Zwift racing. I was a huge fan of Zwift racing when I first started cycling. And obviously during lockdown a few years ago, Zwift racing got really big. I mean, that was our only way of racing at one point. So it was huge and I really enjoyed it. But at one point you get beat by someone who you've beat in real life many, many times. And me personally, it can be great fun racing, but as soon as you take it too seriously, it can get really frustrating because then you're questioning whether people's power meters are accurate or they haven't calibrated properly. And yeah, anyway, great fun. I just don't think it's for serious racing unless you've got like an arena where people can calibrate all the turbos. So for me, nowadays, I'm gonna put it in questionable choices because I would much rather go down to my local circuit on a Wednesday evening and race Mountbatten. Race spectators. Now,
you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
it was always gonna happen. It was gonna happen at some point. Race spectators. Now, I've been fortunate enough to experience some pretty crazy crowds in some of the races that I've done, but obviously nothing quite as crazy as the Tour de France. Now, as a spectator, on the TV at least, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a big part of cycling. I don't know how it feels to be a rider when you're trying to win a big stage and some guy's just like in your face with a massive costume, but currently that's not my problem. So, and I think it's been part of many iconic moments. So maybe surprisingly to myself, I still have to put it in, this is cycling. Nature smells. Now the fresh air, when you get into the forest and you come out of the city or out of a town, it's just different. It hits different, especially in like that spring air. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. The cut grass, it really is. It's like signs of summer, you know? So I'm gonna put that in, we like this. Winter training, it's a tough necessity of the sport. I'm not gonna say I enjoy it, but I don't resent it and I don't hate it. I enjoy the routine where you've got a few months straight of just smashing out the training. And you can really make, obviously this is where the biggest gains are made over that winter period. And despite some grueling cold rides, I think it's good for the soul. So I'm gonna put that in got round. Only reason it's not any higher is because I hate being cold and I like to feel my hands and toes. It's Lance Armstrong, the 7-time Tour de France winner, or 0-time Tour de France winner, depending on how you view things. Obviously, infamously cheated, I guess the best at cheating. Obviously the cheating's pretty bad, but you kind of got to respect the bravado. But either way, I think we're going to put him in questionable choices because he made some questionable choices. Super tuck ban. I absolutely love the super tuck. I would do it on every descent. -1%, I would be super tucking. With the mates in the group ride, I'd be super tucking. I would super tuck at every opportunity because it felt fast. Even if it wasn't faster, even if I could have just been pedaling and going faster, I'd super tuck. It just felt cool, it felt fast. And then they banned it. They took it away from us. They also took away puppy paws. Remember that? That was pretty cool too. They said it caused crashes or something. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty disappointed they took it away. So that ban is, why is this a thing? Because it didn't need to be a thing. It was fine. Okay, so we got Haribo's, specifically these strawberry, I don't even know what they're called, the strawberry things. Chef's kiss, absolutely wonderful. When I was in Calpe and ran out of all of my cycling specific nutrition, straight to the shop, bags and bags of those things. I would literally have 3 like 250 gram bags in my pocket for a 6-hour ride, and I would just be handful, just shoveling them into my mouth, like as many carbs as possible. And I have to say that like they don't taste that bad. I mean, after a few days of having handfuls of those every day, it tastes kind of bad and your teeth kind of get destroyed, so you need to brush your teeth as soon as you finish the ride. But pretty tasty, and they kind of do the job. So we like this. That completes the tier list. If you disagree with any of them, remember to leave a comment. We will have some beef below. Thanks for watching. If you like this and you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Follow my Instagram if you want to see all the latest news about my racing. And thanks for watching.